Maybe to read on, you know that, you all got that. She's gonna bring me in something else, a letter to the, I think, the PSG&E, supporting John Kennedy as an intervener. I'll give you the letter, you can read it. He already is an intervener, but we support him being there. So I made copies of the letter for all of you, and you can decide to do that.
What exactly is an intervener?
I'll use, well...
John Kennedy.
On behalf of Long Island on the rate increase.
You haven't lived until you've seen John intervene.
Some years ago, something called the Princess Ronkonkoma Productions got a letter of support from the town, from me. They do filming. They're a group of handicapped artists. They've had shows throughout Suffolk County, and one is scheduled for DDR here on Main Street. All they want is a letter of support. I'll show you the one I sent in 2008, and if you all agree, I'll send it again.
Is that the group that wants to display their art in the town hall?
No, I don't think so. I don't know anything about that.
It would be nice if they displayed that art in some of those vacant buildings.
Yeah.
We could get a hold of the owners.
Yeah.
And instead of just a piece of cardboard, some art in the front.
Well, why don't we open the meeting anyway?
I did.
We did?
Yes.
Okay.
Princess Ronkonkoma.
Got Fred here.
Yeah.
Shows throughout Suffolk, PDI.
Other than what I just gave you, I know we have a,
Thank you.
okay,
That's your original?
right.
That same group, Patrick, is looking to display their art in the town hall for 1 month this year.
Wonderful.
Same organization, Princess Ronkonkoma.
Thank you.
They've displayed their work at Brookhaven Town Hall. They would like to do it for 1 month, so if we can do it, we're willing to do it. We just have to give them a month to do it.
I think it's a great idea.
Okay, any particular month? You have any? I'll get back to them and see when they have it.
What is it, what's it comfortable for them?
Okay, all right, I'll take care of it.
But
I'll give you that letter for
I
the,
don't know.
Yeah, it's the same lady.
why we need this letter, I don't know. So if we want to do it, let me know, I'll make a clean copy and we'll sign it. Other than that, I know we got, I just received a litigation message, and there were a couple of others that Matt had talked to me about that he had. I don't know what they are, but
Matthew's here.
I'm good with this.
Yeah.
okay,
It's fine with me.
okay.
This is yours, Bobby.
They get to raise 4% when there's a 2% cap.
Yeah.
Really? What do they think they are? And when they first came in,
Yeah, they were supposed to be best.
you had meetings with them? Oh, we're not raising rates.
Yeah.
Where's Matt?
Right there.
I know I indicated that you have litigation matters, other than the one you just sent me? Okay. Anybody else?
Yeah, I'd like to discuss the SAG contract, which we have tabled. I think that we should make some kind of decision. We should either put it up for a vote and either vote it up or vote it down, whatever.
Well,
I don't think we ought to let it sit for ad infinitum.
but we can't discuss it unless closed session.
What?
It has to be closed session if you want to discuss it.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
honestly, we don't even have to discuss it, really.
So you wanted to go back on?
I think it should go back
Okay,
on.
we'll put it back on. Anybody got a problem?
No, just read it on.
Okay,
It's fine with me.
Okay. Matthew, do you want to come up front here?
Before he comes up, can we discuss reorganization one more time?
Okay.
When we spoke about it, Tommy, you said it would be, you would support it if it was revenue neutral. I think that's was the term you used. And I know, Pat, you said it would cost about $600,000.
Well, just based on the
Yeah,
150,000 for each one.
but if we utilize, and we'd all have to agree on these people, I'm not suggesting that we're in agreement. If we utilize people from within, we can make it revenue neutral where it will not cost the taxpayer anything. And what we would have is a more reasonable span of control. I mean, as it stands now, you, the supervisor, are directly responsible for 23 different
Departments.
entities. That span of control by any business model doesn't work. It should be 6 to 8 people at the most. And we could do that with this reorganization. It wouldn't cost any money, and it's something that we should seriously consider.
So how would that work, Bob?
We would make 4 different commissioners
Out of the current employees?
out of current employees, yeah.
What would they be, though?
There would be a Commissioner of Planning and Development, Commissioner of Human Services, Commissioner of Public Works, and Commissioner of Public Safety. Each of those would have between 5 and 6 people directly responsible to them. It would promote accountability. They would be responsible for them. They would be, as we have said the last time, non-union employees who would accept this position. Although we haven't spoken to any of them, so, I mean, all of that is up in the air. But I think it really is something that we should consider, that we should discuss in more detail. It would be necessary, for example, for the town attorney to prepare legislation under local law for each of these entities. And also, I would like very much to be able to bring Alan Schneider over to a work session, to have him sit down and tell us the requirements of civil service and see if we meet those requirements.
Well, okay, let me just ask some questions. You're going to take somebody from within the existing 22 department heads
Yeah,
and put 4 or 5 under each one.
yeah.
And you said something about civil service?
Yeah, I'd like to bring civil service over.
No, I mean, you said something about they wouldn't be civil
They would not be,
service.
no, they would not be union.
They would be non-union.
They would be answerable to the town board.
Appointed.
Okay. I don't need Alan Schneider. I'm going to weigh this, what you're telling me. Frankly, I don't know that it's necessary between all of us. The town board is the town board, and we are responsible for the running of the town. If department heads are not doing what we think they're doing, then we have an obligation to bring charges. That's our opportunity. Each of us has, I appoint different councilmen to committees, not that they're in charge of that committee, but to see that those 4 or 5 departments are running well. And if they don't, then I expect the council people to bring that problem here to the town board meeting and figure out what we do about the problem. I just don't know that making another level of government makes the town run any better. I have no problems with the town government, Bob. I really don't. I think we run very well. Something was in news there the other day. One of the more desirable towns to live in was Smithtown. So, I mean, I don't see any problem with having to do that. That's all my...
Well, I have to agree with what Newsday said in that case, which I don't always do, but this is a very desirable place to live. We could improve on the way we run government, and I do think this would be an improvement because we would have far more accountability than we have today. We do have liaison relationships with these department heads. Liaison is liaison. Direct control is something else.
Okay, I'm going to think about that.
Can I just ask you a question? There would be 4 commissioners?
Yes.
Just run me through, for example, one, the Commissioner of public safety.
public safety.
Oh, wait, Commissioner of Planning and Environment, let's
Right.
just say that. So under that would be, for example,
Building,
Building.
community development, environmental waterways, planning, solid waste, engineering. As a matter of fact, there's some talk, maybe engineering should be under public works.
okay.
See, that's what I'm saying. None of this is cut in stone.
Right, I'm just trying to get a feel for it. So if you had 4 commissioners, let's take the planning, would you have a commissioner from within become, somebody from within the
Yes.
department become the commissioner?
Yeah. Somebody who we would all have to agree on, and I'm,
So there wouldn't be a new hiree, is what you're
no,
saying?
no, and I'm making that very clear. We would all have to agree on who was in charge.
But that
That
person
would be
then
an issue by itself, but we ought to focus on that and think about that.
And that person would be then taken out of the present union they're in,
Yes, and would become a non-union
a
commission,
non-union commission.
answerable to the town
So
board.
that's where the no money, it doesn't cost anything.
Right.
Well, I'll just reiterate, so for everybody, I just don't see the need, okay?
Okay.
I mean, if there's a demonstrative need, then I would be on board of doing something, but I don't find it. I don't
Would there
find
be
it.
a problem if at the next work session I bring Alan Schneider
Well,
over?
No, you can bring him, okay? But there's nothing he's gonna tell me that's gonna make my mind change.
No, but he can tell us some things about whether or not we can do it and if we're in the right direction and what we have to do to satisfy civil service.
Okay, so when we're discussing, not
Yeah.
arguing. Me, I don't see the need for the change, so that's why I don't want to talk to Alan Schneider. If the board thinks there ought to be a change to appoint commissioners, then I'll be in the minority, it's okay. I just don't see the need. I don't have any problems with department heads.
Well, what I'm essentially saying here is I'm asking the board to give serious consideration to it and then
Okay,
we
And-
decide
and
what we're going to do.
You're going to bring Alan Schneider in?
I would like to bring him in at the next work session.
okay. Anybody else? Or should we bring Matthew up? Matthew?
Matthew's all executive session?
Yeah. I'll move to go into executive session. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Session.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I move to close the regular meeting.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.